Hey, good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am grateful to be here, and I am glad to be here. And thank you for being here. You know, when you focus on the good gets better. When you focus on the good gets better. Can I tell you a story? So this last Wednesday, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I ran to the store to just buy a few things at the grocery store. And it was a madhouse. Just getting out of the parking lot to come home took almost 20 minutes. And as I was shooting down a 2-lane highway, heading towards my house, 2 lanes on each side, I see a lady walking, bundled up, carrying a big bundle, and she's walking along with her thumb out this way, with the traffic. Well, there was no way I could stop, but I just kept right on going anyway. But have you ever had those impulses, that says, I said, oh, dang it. And I couldn't ignore it because I'd regret it later. You felt that, right? So I went down, hung a big U, came back down, by the time I got there, probably 2 or 3 minutes had passed at least. And she was still walking along and carrying this bundle. Would you like a ride? Yes, that would be great. So she hops in. And I learned a little bit about it. We got to know each other a little bit. She's from Arizona. She lived on the reservation. She has 2 children that are living with her in-laws in the town that she was going to. She had been back and forth a lot. She had worked for this company for some time, and she really loved the owners. And what was in that bag was some new clothes, or some clothes that they had given her. And she was dressed very nice and very pleasant, and it didn't matter what we talked about. She was just very upbeat and very gracious. And the story's not about her condition or where she was at. The story is about that attitude. The attitude of when you focus on the good gets better. As I talked to her, and I said, you come to work like this all the time? And she says, yes. And says, usually I ride my bike. And I said, that's a long bike ride. She says, yes, but it just got too cold and I was running, I couldn't make it. So somebody gave me a ride today, but now I've got to get home. And I said, okay, well, it's a long ways. And it's a little bit cool, quite cold actually for here. And as we got talking, I said, what do you do? And she goes, well, I'm a sign twirler. And I didn't know what a sign twirler was. And I started thinking about it. I said, you mean you stand out on the street with a sign and do this? And she says, yes, that's what I do. And I said, do you like that? She says, I love it. You get good exercise. It's 6 hours. I can do my own thing. I can kind of make things work. And you know what? The people love me. We sell more puppies when I'm out there. And I just love those puppies, but we can sell so much more. And I thought, wow, this woman really loves what she does. And having been around her for a little while, I think that she is one of those people that can focus on the good no matter what their circumstances are. So I think everything good and bad comes from our own mind. And to find something beyond the mind is impossible. So how can we train our mind to see the good in everything? Is positivity really a choice? The happiness of our life, does it really depend on the quality of our thoughts? And I just kept ruminating and thinking about this woman. I haven't been able to keep my mind off of it. And the influence that she had on me in that moment. So what I've decided to do, and I'll challenge you to do the same thing. We're coming to that time of the year where we're grateful for everything. What is it that you love about your life? Make a list. What is it that you love about being able to work, to be able to have influence, to be able to have friends? What is it in your life that you really love doing? And find out those things. Take the time to write it down. You'll surprise yourself. And you'll surprise yourself when you're doing some things that you don't like doing, but then maybe you'll see the good in it. So I'm challenging myself this week. I'm going to make a list of the things that I really, really love doing. And I may be surprised. I'm already thinking that some of the things that I really love are considered to be quite small in a lot of people's eyes. And others may be considered to be quite big. I'd be curious to see how this works for you. Have a meaningful week. Look for the good, and the good only gets better. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.